Hey, what's up, traders? We did the live stream for the scanners this morning. If you missed that out, we're going to probably try to do that on Wednesdays. We'll get the platinum package out there on Wednesdays for everyone to kind of get a feel for it, just to let you get a little taste of how awesome they are. So real quick, just wanted to do a little recap. I did a little recap at the end of the stream, but just in case nobody, really watches that, I'll just do a quick short one. And I happened to make an afternoon trade as well on PCG a few minutes ago, so that's kind of what prompted me to do this. Sorry for Peppa Pig in the background and no camera, but place is a mess. Didn't feel like getting everything out. Both kids are awake. They're being good eating, watching the show, so I figured I would squeeze this in real quick. So a little bit of a mess this morning. As this was squeezing up, we got the pop over 41.50. We were looking for this to just see if it would go to 42. It was a pretty decent extension already, so we saw it kind of reject at the high of 41.71. So it was coming back down. We jumped in before she got under 41.58, and this thing just tanked. I switched over to another stock real quick, and I thought about jumping in that for 100 shares. So I loaded up 100 shares over here in the box, and sure enough, as I came back just to see what this was doing, because I saw the P&L going pretty crazy. I was like, man, this thing's really dropping. So I came over, saw her right down at 40. It was like 40 and 10 cents, I think. And then she dropped under, and it just felt like, okay, I'm done dropping. And it was so quick that I was like, all right, well, I don't want to, I can't really like take half my position or something like that with 40 shares. So I decided to cover the whole thing. So I hit buy, and I forgot that I had put 100 shares in the box. So I actually overbought. Well, it's a good thing that my read was pretty much exactly correct, because the low here was 39.90. I covered and bought an extra 60 shares at 39.92. So it actually ended up working, because it bounced right back up over 40. Was up at like 40.20 to 40.30 or something like that. And I was like, well, this thing feels like it's got a little bit more because of the quick move down. We'll see if she'll rubber bands a little bit more. And she popped up into the 40s, and so we took it. So that kind of worked out. And a little bit later in the morning, she started making that move towards high a day. I wanted to see this thing kind of shoot through high a day, which it kind of did. The volume came in. She went through high a day. She started to fake out. I wanted it over 42. She never got there. She hit 42, but never actually went through. That's what we were looking for, was that quick 42 pop to jump in. So when she rejected, we jumped in, and she came down to like 41.60. 40 shares, that's really not enough to get excited about. We were looking for this bigger move down towards 41 and VWAP. And she kind of just felt like right away she started to climb back up, and she got back over. And because the premise here was it was a fake out, she went back below this 41.71 line that I have drawn here. And when she started to climb back above that, that's when you're worried, because it's really pointless for you not to cut here. You could have used 42. Which is what I should have done as the stop loss, but I didn't really want to give anything back, so we just kind of cut a little bit before our entry so that we didn't end up in the red. Unfortunately, it would have worked. She did end up coming all the way back down to 41.20, but neither here nor there. We were still happy with the overall trade, and who knows, this thing might have actually went over 42 and just kind of started climbing. And as you can see, it's looking like she's getting ready to try again. I don't know why that scrolled over there like that, but and then just to go over to PCG real quick, this one is just kind of on an overall uptrend, just looking at the daily. But if you look at the daily, you can see that it's kind of in a range. It's not really like, shooting up or shooting down. There's been a few days, but I think those had a little bit of news driven. I think there was some news yesterday or this morning. Nothing like major, but just something to kind of keep the momentum going. And so as she was making this move, look at VWAP. You can see it getting nice and extended away from VWAP. And right around here, I had told myself over 20, like around 2020 would probably be, a pretty good move. Well, she shot right through that. And she kind of had a little bit of a pullback, and I was like, well, this isn't enough of an extension, because she kind of made a good resistance area right here. As you can see, she hit it 3 times before finally going through. So when she shot through that, I figured if I tried to get in here at like 38 or whatever, I'm only looking for, that 20 cents which obviously isn't bad if you get it, but at the same time, we're looking for a little bit of a bigger move. So we were like, okay, if we want to make this play, let's see if we can get another push. And sure enough, she went right through 2050, and you could kind of feel her just kind of stalling out. There was a bunch of selling pressure right up here at 65. It actually started at 60, and then it was fighting to get up like a cent here and there, but it kept dropping right back down under 60. So that second time, or I think it was like the third time it tried, we jumped in at 60 on the bid. She tried one more time, got up to 64, and then she just went downhill. And as you can see, we had drew our line here when we were looking to get in as a spot that we would be looking to get out. And so this line was right at like 2011 or so. We actually had put in a limit order at 2015. This candle actually came down, hit 2015, popped back up, and I was like, crap, I don't want this thing to jump back up into the 30s or whatever. Because I didn't get filled. And then, so I took it at 19, and sure enough, she dropped right back down to 14 real quick. But I'm obviously not going to complain about that. So this was a good trade. But so that actually ended up giving us on the day, still trying to figure out how to, there it is, $137 on the day. Obviously we're paper trading still, but these were two really solid trades. Feel really confident about them. It's a little unfortunate because these are the trades that I don't feel like I need work on. Like I feel like I'm good with, the trades that work out. Obviously, I'm really looking for trades that work against me. But in both cases today, if these would have worked against me, like when she was kind of coming down here, if she would have tried to use this as resistance as 2040 and came back up, I had already told myself, I'm getting out. I'm not going to like let it go and look to add or anything. Like I'm just going to cut and be done with it. So, right. Sorry about that. So I know you guys can't see me. I keep looking at the camera like you can, but like and subscribe if you guys haven't already. You guys know I always appreciate the support. Hopefully this little recap will be a little bit better than trying to go through the live stream or whatever from earlier. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Peace.